I just woke up and it's like 9:30 and I don't have a class today until like 1:45, so I need to get up and eat and go for a walk and feed my dog, but I don't want to do any of those things. But today's just gonna kind of be like a vlog, and I might also do like a September reading wrap up. So we'll see. We'll see what all I do today. So I'm ready for my walk, and I feel like my hair is giving like egghead, but nobody cares because I'm going on the trail. But I do feel like I need to have my head like this so you know that I have hair. But we're gonna go for a walk, even though it's a little cloudy, and we're gonna listen to Man's Best Friend, and we're gonna have a good time, okay? Okay, so I just got back from my walk. I did have to come, so I went on a walk by myself, and then you'll see I did end up going back to the house to get my dog. I have to do 2 walks with him because he's 13 years old, and so he can't go for as long as I'm wanting to. So I kind of go like for 30 minutes by myself, come back, pick him up, and we go for like 10 to 15 minutes. So if you see all of a sudden there's a dog there, that's why. But now I'm showered and I'm chilling out. My class, what time is it? It is 10:33 and I don't have class till 1:45, and it's my only class of the day. So I'm gonna chill out, hang out. I am gonna read. Currently I'm reading 107 Days by Kamala Harris. I am on page 82. It's really good so far. I was so excited to read this book when I heard it was coming out. Just because I do love Kamala, and I was devastated when she lost, and then I was really excited when she was coming out with a book because it details those 107 days that she had to campaign for president of the United States, which is 3 months, which is like 9 months shorter than most presidents have. So I was just really curious, and I knew too that like I'm assuming that so much happened behind the scenes in those like 3-ish months. And I don't know, I was just really curious to read it. And also I'm trying to branch out into different genres. Like I'm trying to read more nonfiction. But so far so good. But I will say it's already making me sad. Like it's already making me really, really, really sad. But that's besides the point. So I'm going to read for a little bit and then maybe I'll talk to you a little bit more. Because we actually do have stuff to talk about. But I'm going to read for a little bit. I need to make my bed today, and look who's stopping me. Perry. Can you say hi? Say hi, Perry. Ignore his snaggletooth. We'll get his good side. Hi, Perry. You're so cute. Yes, you are. Yeah, maybe I'll make it after I get back from class because he's too cute to disturb. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, my good boy. Smile. You're too cute. Okay, now it's after class. I'm just getting ready. I made a baked potato and I'm gonna watch Pretty Little Liars, but I'm also going to bake cookies. I'm really in a baking mood. And since I just use the oven, I won't actually have to wait forever for it to preheat. Okay, but like we do have quite a bit to talk about, and maybe we'll continue this later. But so Dancing with the Stars is tonight, and I'm so excited. What else? This is just a really big week. I'm so excited for the new Taylor album, and honestly, I can't even process it. I'm just like, I don't know if this also makes sense, but I'm excited for it, but I'm also dreading it just because I know like within less than 24 hours, so many people are gonna be like, oh my God, this album sucks. I hate it, da 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 da. And it's like, they're just like gonna be fun suckers. And I'm not saying that you have to like everything that she does, but even with like Man's Best Friend, how like literally the album hadn't even been out for like probably 24 hours. And so many people were like, this album sucks. She's so stupid. And I'm like, why can't we just have fun? Like, ugh. And that album's actually so good. And also, like, of course you're not gonna love it on the first time you listen to it because you've never heard any of the songs before. Are you stupid? Actually makes me mad. But I was also talking about that album earlier today on the vlog. And I'm currently obsessed with, it was on repeat for a couple weeks, I'm not gonna lie. I've started to die down a little bit with my obsession, but right now, I would say my top 3 songs from Man's Best Friend would be Don't Worry, I'll Make You Worry, Sugar Talking, and Go-Go Juice. I love Go-Go Juice. Like, I'm gonna, for my 21st birthday this December, I'm doing a photo dump. And the song over it is gonna be Go-Go Juice. It's just so fun and like, I just love it. And I don't know how long to put the cookies in. I do this every time I bake something, and then watch, I'm gonna forget. 12 to 13 minutes. Yeah. Okay. Also, I don't know if anybody else feels like this, but right now this semester, I'm really blessed. Like, my schedule's not that busy class-wise, and I don't have a ton of homework, knock on wood. But I hate that feeling of like, that fear of like, I need to turn something in. I need to turn something in. I need to be doing something. There's something that I should be working on. There isn't. But then it also sucks because I'm like, if I don't have any homework, why am I going to class? Feel me? I actually do have homework that I need to do this week. Maybe I could do that tonight. Probably won't. Probably won't. But I'm gonna go eat dinner, watch Pretty Little Liars, take out the cookies, and then we'll reconvene at Dancing with the Stars. Okay, so I did just finish Dancing with the Stars. It was really, really good. I will say this season, like, I think it's gonna be really close. Lauren was voted off, which was crazy. But I will say I did vote for Whitney. I love Whitney. Whitney and Robert are probably my favorites, but I do love Dylan and Jordan and Ezra. While they're not my favorite, they do such a good job. Like, such a good job. The first week, not good, but the second and third week, they have killed it each time. They're so good. But Whitney and Robert are my favorites for sure. And now I'm gonna probably read and journal for a bit, but that's kind of it for the day. Oh, actually, no, it's not. I was gonna do a reading wrap up act on my iPad because I'm filming on my phone. I read 4 books in September, which isn't bad, but it's not great. I will say I am currently at 48 out of 50 books. So I'm like literally almost to my goal, and it's October. So all I have to do is read 2 more books to hit my goal of 50 this year. I think I can get close to 60. I'm not going to change my goal, but I think I can get 60 this year, but we'll see. Okay, so the first book that I read this month was a reread, and it was Daisy Jones and the Six. I love this book so much. Now, I read this when it first came out before the TV show. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't love it. I think I gave it like a 3.5 stars. It wasn't bad, it wasn't my favorite. Because also, I had read Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo first. And I think sometimes when you have an author that has many popular books, I really do think like the first book that you read affects the ratings for all books. You know what I mean? Because I know a lot of people who read this first, loved it, read Evelyn Hugo, hated it. But I was the opposite. And then the show came out. I liked the show. Again, kind of recently, like over the summer, rewatched the show. Obsessed. Obsessed. I also think too that like your connection and rating to the books depends on what's going on in your life. Like this came out 2019. Goodness. So what, I was like 15 or 16 when I read this book. I'm now 20 turning 21. So I think it's kind of good that like my rating is better. Oh my god. But anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. So this summer I rewatched the TV show. Loved it. Loved it. Oh god. Karen and Graham. Don't even get me started, actually. And then I was like, you know what? I need to reread the book. I did. I gave it 5 stars. Ooh. And I'm embarrassed that I didn't do that the first time around. Like, this book is everything. But the show and the book, 5 stars. I love this book so much. It's so good. Then the next one that I read, I don't know if I'll be able to figure out how to insert a picture, but it was on my Kindle and it was a new release. It was called Wild Card by Elsie Silver. Wild Card is a new book. Wasn't bad. Definitely liked it better than whatever the third one was, the Green Book. Was it? It's about this wrestler. Didn't love that one. But I don't know, Wild Card just didn't do it for me. I think I gave it, I want to say I gave it like 3 stars. It wasn't bad, but it just wasn't like, wow, you know? Yeah, I gave it 3 stars. I don't know, it was just, it didn't stick out to me. Then I read Never Lie by Frida McFadden. And I say this all the time to myself, but I think that Elsie Silver is the Frida McFadden of romance. Are you following? Okay, if you're ever in a slump, I will recommend to you Frida McFadden or Elsie Silver, depending on if you like mystery thriller or romance. Because while neither of their books are going to change your life, they are going to grab your attention and they are going to keep the pace going, which is really good. Okay, now going into Never Lie by Frida McFadden. I don't even know how to describe it, and I'm actually not gonna describe the books. You can look them up, but it was really, really interesting. She does such a good job of making you think that you have all the pieces, even though you know you can't trust the characters. And I thought I had the twist. Like, I thought I had the twist. It was good, honestly. Like, and it kind of, like, it made me feel, like, creepy. Like, it made, like, the hairs on my back stand up a little bit. And I was kind of, like, looking over my shoulder. It wasn't too scary, though. Like, and what else? I will say, I didn't love the ending. The ending was kind of, like, I don't want to spoil it, but I don't like when, like, the villains win. You know what I mean? Like, ugh. I don't know. I think I gave it 4 stars. Let me see. Do you care? Oh yeah, so I gave it 4 stars, and here's my review on Goodreads. I said these are going to contain spoilers. I said, I totally thought Ethan was EJ, and I was totally floored when it was revealed that Trisha was patient PL. I totally did not see that coming, and I low-key wish that Luke would have escaped and cleared his name. Period. Take a shot for every time I say totally. Then the last book that I read in September was a book that I have had sitting on my shelf for so long. And I started it when it was popular, maybe like a year ago, got through the first chapter, so like 14 pages, made the mistake of stopping, and then I never picked it up again. And that is The 7-Year Slip. This book was so much better than I thought it was going to be. It's actually really unique, and like I do want to tell you the plot of this. It's about this girl named Clementine who inherits her aunt's magical apartment. And basically the apartment is like a time travel machine, and it'll rant, but only in the apartment. You know what I mean? Like when you step outside of the apartment, from what I understand, when you step outside the apartment, it's current day. But when you go inside the apartment, sometimes it's a little finicky. Sometimes it'll take you 7 years into the past. And so she gets this apartment, and then she opens the door one day and there's this guy there. And of course, they fall in love, things happen. It was so good. And it was a quick read. I didn't think it was going to, but it was a pretty quick read. I will say, and I would say this with any book, you need to get past the first 30 pages. When you sit down to start a new book, you need to read at least 30 pages. You do. Because in my experience, if I read less than 30 pages, I'm not picking up the book again. I'm just not. Like, the chances are very, very low that I'm going to pick up the book again. But this was really, really good. I think I gave it 4 stars. And I saw people say that they pictured the male main character as Callum Turner. That'll do it. That'll do it. I really, really like this. This is actually one book that I would love to see be made into a movie, but who knows? That concludes the end of my vlog and my September reading wrap up, and I hope that you enjoyed.